In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 26, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Creighton versus Providence. The red-hot Creighton Blue Jays head into Rhode Island to take on the Providence Friars in a Big East showdown tonight. The Blue Jays have won 6 straight games but will have to soldier on for the rest of this season without starting point guard Ryan Nembhard, who suffered a fractured wrist in the win over St. John's on Wednesday night. Providence continues to defy the experts with 2 straight overtime victories, needing 3 overtimes to pull out a dramatic win over Xavier on Wednesday night. Creighton comes into this game with a 19-8 record overall, and they have gone 15-12 against the spread. Creighton is playing some really good basketball, winning 6 games in a row, including the last game against St. John's. The offense was strong, scoring 81 points, and that was enough. Creighton is averaging 70.2 points, while their defense is giving up 66.7 points per game. Ryan Hawkins has been the best player for Creighton, scoring 14.4 points while shooting 45.7% from the field. Ryan Nembhard has been a key guard for this team, but he broke his wrist and will be out of the rest of the season. On the other side of this matchup is the Providence Friars, who sit with a 23-3 record overall, and they keep continuing to find ways to win games. In the last game against Xavier, it took triple overtime to win 99-92. Providence is averaging 72.5 points while their defense is giving up 66.8 points per game. Center Nate Watson has been the top player for Providence, averaging 14.1 points while shooting 57% from the field. Providence has 4 different players that are averaging at least 10 points per game. This is such a tricky spot for the Friars. They have to be looking ahead to their road trip at Nova, where they have a chance to avenge their only home loss of the season. Not only that, but they will secure the 1 seed with the win. The other factor to think about is the fact that this team just played a triple overtime barn burner against Xavier in their last game. Creighton is sneakily the top-rated defense in the Big East. They will do enough to stay within the spread in this one, and it wouldn't shock me to see them have a chance to pull this off on a last possession. Providence has gotten really lucky at times, but I think they are going to finally see that luck run dry. Creighton to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Creighton makes teams pay with its defense, but the Friars rarely hurt themselves. Providence, at home, will be able to get good looks as the game wears on. Neither team is particularly fast-paced, but Providence will thrive in a home environment that is hungry to see the storybook season end with a home win and Big East regular season title. The Friars are 7-1 at home in conference play and are averaging nearly 79 points per game at home in Big East action. So over the projected total is our full game total pick. Gonzaga versus St. Mary's. The Gonzaga Bulldogs will be going for the series sweep when they face the St. Mary's Gales tonight. The Bulldogs are coming off an 89-73 win over San Francisco as 10.5-point favorites. The Gales are coming off a 60-46 win over San Diego as 12-point favorites. The St. Mary's Gales are coming off of a 14-point win against San Diego in their last time out. Logan Johnson scored 14 points. Kyle Bowen had 12 in the win. Matthias Tass had 10 points and 9 rebounds for St. Mary's, and Tommy Kuhs added 10 points in the win. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are coming off of a 16-point win against San Francisco in their last time out. Chet Holmgren had 21 points and 15 rebounds to lead the Zags. Drew Timm had 20 points, 9 rebounds and 8 assists, and Julian Strawther added 15 points for the Zags in the win. The Bulldogs have won 17 straight games and 7 of their last 8 road games. They are one of the best defensive teams in the country, and they play just as well on the road, where they are averaging more than 89 points per game. They are a great offensive rebounding team, and they don't turn the ball over a lot. The Gales have played very well defensively, but they struggled against good offensive teams and will have a hard time slowing down the Bulldogs. Gonzaga has also played well defensively, and they've given up more than 70 points in a game only once in their last 7 games. They are dominant in the paint, and they're one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the country. They also do a good job forcing turnovers. The Gales usually play well offensively, but they struggled in their last 3 games. failing to score more than 70 points per game. They were held to 58 points in their last game against the Bulldogs and will struggle offensively once again. Gonzaga to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Bulldogs are averaging 89.5 points per game and 89.4 points per game on the road. They averaged 79.6 points per game in their last 3 games against the Gales, with St. Mary's giving up 59.6 points per game at home. The Bulldog will be held under their average in this game. The Gales are averaging 69.8 points per game and 75.4 points per game at home. They averaged 59.3 points per game in their last 3 games against the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs and Gales played under the total in 3 of their last 4 meetings. Both teams are in the nation's top 10 in adjusted defensive efficiency. St. Mary's is 11th, holding opponents to 59.5 PPG in defensive scoring, and Gonzaga is 57th, only allowing 64.9 PPG. 2 weeks ago, when these teams met, there were only 132 points scored, and I expect to see another defensive battle here. With Gonzaga giving up 68.3 points per game on the road, the Gales won't score enough points to push the score over the total, so under the projected total is our full game total pick. Missouri versus LSU. The Missouri Tigers will be trying to snap their 4-game losing streak when they face the LSU Tigers. Missouri is coming off an 80-61 loss to Tennessee as 10.5 points underdogs. LSU is coming off a 71-66 loss to Kentucky as 7.5 points underdogs. LSU is 8-2 in its last 10 games against Missouri. Missouri comes into this game with a 10-18 record overall, and they have gone 13-14 against the spread. Missouri is having a down season, and they have lost 4 games in a row. In the last game against Tennessee, the defense was awful, giving up 80 points, and that led to the 19-point defeat. Missouri is averaging 64.9 points while their defense is giving up 70.4 points per game. Cole Brown has been the top player for Missouri, averaging 12.4 points while shooting 46.8% from the field. On the other side of this matchup is the LSU Tigers, who sit with a 19-9 record, and they have gone 17-11 against the spread. LSU got out to a fast start, but they haven't been as dominant as of late. In the last game against Kentucky, they gave up 48 points in the second half, and that led to the 5-point defeat. LSU is averaging 72.8 points while their defense is giving up 62.2 points per game. Tari Eason has been the top player for LSU, averaging 16.5 points while shooting 52.8% from the field and 36.7% from behind the 3-point line. This is a game LSU needs to win for tournament seeding. Missouri is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a winning straight-up record. The over is 4-1 in LSU's last 5 games following a straight-up loss. The over is 4-1 in Missouri's last 5 games against a team with a winning straight-up record. Missouri has lost 4 straight games and 8 of their last 10 games on the road. They've struggled offensively, but they played worse in their last 3 games, scoring a little more than 55 points per game while making 36% of their shots. They haven't rebounded the ball as well as LSU has, and they've been very careless with the ball. Even though LSU lost its last 2 games, the team has been great at home, winning 14 of their last 16 games. They are great at forcing turnovers, averaging more than 12 steals per game, and also hold opponents under 60 points per game at home. So expect Missouri to struggle offensively in this game. LSU has also played well offensively, scoring more than 75 points per game at home while making 47% of their shots. They do a great job finding the open man, and they're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, averaging more than 13 offensive rebounds per game in their last 3 games. They've also cut back on their turnovers. Missouri has struggled defensively on the road and will have a hard time slowing down LSU. So LSU to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Missouri could very likely score in the low 50s against a motivated LSU defense in this one. They will have trouble making shots and will have trouble protecting the basketball against a team that thrives on getting in the passing lanes and disrupting offenses. The 3rd most efficient offense in the country will wreak havoc on the nation's 165th most efficient offense. So under the projected total is our full game side pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.